I'm someone who's never played Dark Souls, okay? I've listened to Lord of Cinder a lot of times because I like that track, but I've never played Dark Souls yet. I will play it eventually, but let's see what the Soul of Cinder has to give us. Wait, what? Okay. I underestimated this. I love what they're doing with the strings. So like the brass is playing very linear, long notes that are very ominous. But what is giving like this sense of danger is like the strings. Like if you're on the left, they're quite unpredictable. You feel okay, like I'm facing like crazy danger in front of me right now, and it's epic, but it's dangerous. I feel like the strings are the protagonist here. With like those two things kind of clash. They don't care. They just want to create this sense of like ominousness. In fact, it's quite uncomfortable to listen to this on its own. And now you have this solo cello that is more emotional because they want to remind you that this guy has problems too, I suppose. Okay, now it's getting us. Oh boy. Okay, so here's the fun trivia for you guys. A question. Why do you think this part got more emotional than the part before? Let's go back, listen to it once again. What is the thing we notice here that is like, this is why it's more emotional now? It goes higher. Like, it hasn't gone this high before. And when you reach higher notes like this, you just increase the impact of whatever emotion you've been representing in the song all along. With that thing in the background, you just feel, oh my god, so much anguish. What the hell? Is this Plim Plom 2? No. I suppose hearing this, like, after you played the Dark Souls 1 and 2, and you know that song, that melody very well, hearing that in this circumstance is probably hits you very hard. I haven't played Dark Souls, so I don't know. But damn, if they did something like that for FF7, I don't know, I would lose my shit. Nice. And it hits so hard because after all the epicness that we had before, now this is very intimate and very vulnerable. Damn. With this solo cello line on top. So what the piano is doing is like, it's hitting the lowest notes. Pianos very rarely go so low, like a dong, dong. That's the darkest sound you can produce on piano. Maybe they're trying to represent that, you know, the darkness of this guy, Gwyn, has reached like the absolute depths of despair and stuff like that. Because the piano they're using, that is such low notes, they are just not caring about getting too dark here. But it's still emotional music, you know? Still emotional music. That bell. Beautiful, like the ba ba da ba 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 ba. They're like referencing that melody that you hear far ahead in the track in the original. Damn. I love this ominous bell that keeps on like tolling, you know? It sort of like, maybe it's trying to, I don't know if they're trying to use that as just a way to bring more texture and more sadness to the track, or as if they're like keeping this bell sound as a way to remind you the bell is tolling for you, or the bell is tolling for Gwyn or something. Like, it feels, it's trying to remind you of something, of a certain finality coming for you, or something like that. It has that ominous, like a bell has that ominous sound, especially when used in this rhythmic way. Like, it's not like really following the rhythm of the melody. Like, you hear it going off like dang, dang, ever so and so in a way that almost doesn't make sense. So I feel they're using that as a way to like remind you, like, besides everything you're facing, something else is coming. I don't know, maybe. I've never played Dark Souls. Man, that piano note is just, it doesn't make you uncomfortable. Like that's what I like about Dark Souls and Bloodborne music. It doesn't care about being uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable by nature, by design. By design, they're using these like dissonances, or there's these very low notes that are not pleasant to hear, and they kind of reach a level of emotional impact that people normally don't reach in music. It's like in the Middle Ages, there was like a type of chord that people wouldn't play, or else they would be like burned by the church or something. It's called triton. And now it's not like that anymore. You can use whatever chord you want. But I still feel that people, generally speaking, with music don't dare to go to certain sounds. Like play such a low chord on the piano. It's like, no, don't do it. Well, Dark Souls and Bloodborne are like, oh, that thing no one else does? We're gonna do that to make you feel an emotion that you normally don't feel in music. Well, yeah, just like horror music, exactly. But what I like about Dark Souls and Bloodborne is that it's horror music, alright, but it has this melodic identity to it. Like, so it's like music that you enjoy listening, but it goes to an orthodox depth of darkness. This is the kind of stuff that makes me wish I played Dark Souls, because then I would absolutely get the emotions. That part with the bell reminded me, I said, of FF13. I was wrong. I was meaning Final Fantasy Dirge of Cerberus, scored by the same composer of FF13. Bells. You have this like bell tolling in the background. It's kind of same vibe. Although this one is not like as sad. This is just awesome. Like, it's dark, but it's like Masashi Hamauzu. So it's like his way of writing music is unlike any other composer I know. So I cannot really put my finger on it. But this part I showed you is like one of my favorite parts in any Final Fantasy soundtrack of all time.